Ever wonder where your garbage ends up after you take it to the dumpster or place it at the curb? Well, in DeKalb County, ultimately, all that garbage ends up here at the Seminole Road Landfill in Ellenwood.
The county serves more than 700,000 residents with one of the most comprehensive and integrated solid waste management systems in the country. The landfill began receiving waste in 1977. It currently takes in 1,200 to 1,800 tons of waste per day, mostly residential garbage, but that also includes yard debris and commercial and demolition materials. Associate Director Billy Malone has worked in the sanitation business for nearly 4 decades. He's helped transform DeKalb's landfill into the environmental asset it is today.
Well, I started in the landfill business early on, right after college, and it was one of them disciplines nobody else wanted to do. And I wanted to make a difference. Back in the 70s, landfills were more like dumps. So I stayed interested and interjected my talents in there, and it's just become a long-term passion for me to do as best you can with what you've got to work with.
In addition to providing superior waste disposal services, this landfill does even more.
We recycle metals, we recycle electronics, and then we get into the more creative stuff like single stream. Single stream is something you get from residents. It includes plastics, glass, cans, paper, cardboard, and we do commercial as well. So we give them an opportunity to recycle as well.
The solid waste disposal here at this landfill is a critical part of operations for the DeKalb County government. But the more that we can recycle to expand the life of this landfill will be a big asset to the residents of the county.
This landfill also serves as an educational tool and accommodates public visits and technical tours. Many Georgia students, plus several national and international delegations and conference groups, have come here to witness the stellar operations.
We call this landfill an environmental park, if you will. We have so many amenities that we've built over the years to allow more passive activities along with the active activities.
The landfill has a site capacity of more than 100 years today, but the county still promotes waste reduction and reuse in order to maximize operations. The Renewable Fuels facility is its newest venture, opened in April 2012. It takes the methane gas that's produced when the waste at the landfill naturally breaks down and converts it into an alternative energy source for vehicles, compressed natural gas.
We have a resource here, a renewable resource. We have to bring trash here. You have to dump your trash somewhere. It comes here to the landfill. It decomposes. It generates this gas that typically would just be burned off, flared off. But we're actually taking that energy, that gas, converting it.
And we're reducing our costs for the fuel, plus we're reducing the emissions. And the emissions is really important. People don't always think the emissions is important, but this is a 90% reduction in emissions, taking it from a renewable resource and putting it in vehicles as opposed to diesel, which is significant for the Atlanta area.
The fuel is cleaner and less expensive than diesel, and it's projected to save the county millions of dollars in the next decade, and even more after the entire fleet of DeKalb sanitation vehicles operates on natural gas.
The more revenue that we generate in sanitation operating as an enterprise fund, the less we have to increase rates to our customers. We want to be able to find resources, income wherever we can, so that we're putting less of a burden onto our citizens and businesses that's in DeKalb County.
There's also a green energy plant at the landfill that takes some of the same methane gas and converts it into electricity. Taken together, the two recovery facilities help DeKalb reduce our carbon footprint and earn money for the county government.
You know, burying waste is one thing, but if you can do something beneficial with the waste after it's buried, that's another thing.
The Seminole Road Landfill is a true trailblazer in environmental stewardship. It also does a lot of recycling and reuse on site. The landfill uses the concrete and asphalt brought here to make roads on the property. It uses the yard debris to make superior compost, available free to the public, and also used to top the areas where the garbage is buried.
To your right over here, that's actually the finish of it. We're actually making compost right there. We're screening out the big sticks, anything that's any big sticks or trash or something that's not desirable for compost.
Many other landfill facilities are following in DeKalb's green footsteps. Billy is definitely satisfied with the path the county has taken so far.
I won't be doing this all my life, but I'll always be able to look back and say, yeah, I had something to do with that.
DeKalb's Seminole Road Landfill is a shining example of the county setting the standard in green operations regionally, nationally, and globally. Reporting from the landfill in Ellenwood, AvivA Hoffmann, DCTV.